And this hasn't happened overnight. We've all seen this happening over the last couple of months to years as the browsers have slowly deprecated what they're doing. But they've done it for two reasons. And one is that, as we mentioned, those third-party cookies were data leakage more than anything else. No one knew where the data was going. Your data was getting resold multiple times over without anyone knowing or consenting to that. And that's why these browsers have stepped in. And of course, we've seen the Australian government make some steps in this direction. They're not quite there yet. But I think the industry kind of believes that we'll end up in some state sooner rather than later around a consented audience of people coming onto a website. So we know these kind of issues are at play and these kind of things are coming into market. What are we going to do about it, right? The other one also is that not all cookies are created equal, is the way to think about it. So third-party cookies we know have been banned and have got problems around them in data leakage and ownership and consent. First-party cookies are fine. First-party cookies are not at threat here, and first-party cookies aren't at risk of being deprecated through any means, as long as it's consented, is the way that we think about it. So what's a first-party cookie? A first-party cookie is one that is generated from your domains. You have the ownership of that data. And if you read any of the browser deep information they provide, I suggest you don't because it's quite boring and tedious, but they all suggest that first-party cookies are fine and you will not have any signal loss as long as that ID is being generated from your system to being that true, stable first-party ID or cookie that you guys have in the market. So what's a durable ID? It's a first-party privacy-compliant identifier that you own that data. It comes from your infrastructure. And through that, you get a lot of benefits. One, you get that persistence for like a rolling 12-month window. So as long as you see that user return within inside 12 months, it just refreshes and goes for another 12 months again. That's a browser restriction more than anything else, where you need to see that person within inside 12 months, but it just refreshes and goes again. The ability here to connect across your own brands as well. It's a feature that we have within inside our system that if you have multiple brands or multiple domains that you want to kind of link together in an anonymous process, it's a kind of like a single ID or a single view of the browser is the way to think about it, because these are browser-specific IDs. And we'll get to later about how we can connect these together across browsers, like Tom said before, if you do have people logging onto your desktop and onto your mobile phone. The other one is respecting user consent. So we all see a lot of websites now locally launching consent banners, even it's acknowledgement of cookie policies from a base level, but all the way through to people now deploying things like consent management platforms, and the ability for people to consent to a cookie policy and also privacy policy at the same time is now coming into market. And we think that's going to continue because we think the government will at some stage launch Tranche 2, which will require most businesses to do this moving forward. The other one, it's your ID, you've deployed it, so you own it, right? So you can actually integrate that into your back office systems, whether that be into GA, into your CDP, whatever it might be, you own it. It has the durability, it's your ID, it's not changing, it's not encrypting, it's not running out. You own that ID and it gets deployed through what your systems are doing.